ناو خدای مزن و دلوبان میوانید برس آماده باید برس نمه بخیراتن سرچابان خوشکت عزیز برایت عزیز کسو کارت انفالا افرود گل هنگو امید یاد کرنوا روژا که پر ایش و آزارد که اینوا که بری 34 سالا روژا که وکو افرو رجیم بحث 8000 کسی بگناه را پیچانه بیابانت باشور عراق و همه کومال کش کردن و زنده بچال کردن اوانه هیچ گناه حق نبیه تنها گناه اوانه بکو کردن و بارزانی نه
In the name of Almighty God, attendance, ladies and gentlemen, it gives me great pleasure and privilege to welcome you all, dear sisters and brothers, families of the victims of the Barzanî Anfal. Today we commemorate with you a very tragic day. 34 years ago, the then Ba'ath regime in Iraq have rounded up and taken 8,000 men, innocent people, have taken them to the deserts of the southern part of Iraq, and they have killed them in a mass killing, and their only guilt was that they were Kurds and they were Barzanîs.
8000 کسی کل خورت 12 سالی حتی دیگه تا پیرمیرت 9 سالی همه برن و البیابانت سماوه به سروشون کرن و بزور حتانو که می پیچه بوی که حتی نزدیکی 800 جنازت و ببینینه و بینینه و بو زید بابو با پیرتوان و همه کردستان که هر انفالت که هاتی کرن داخل و حتانو که المجموعه 108,000 ما پیچه بی حتان نزدیکی 3000 کسا و بینینه و کردستان اما معدد دین هنگو و کسو کارت همه انفالت کردستانه یا مجدز بدید بردوام بین بونده کوان عزیزا بینینه و بو جه بابو با پیلتوان
8,000 men, male 12 years old up to elderly people to 90 years old. They were all taken to the deserts of southern part of Iraq to Samawa province. They've been missing there. We have tried our best in order to bring back their remains, but they've only been able to bring 800 of them, to bring them back to Kurdistan to be buried properly here. Unfortunately, in the overall Anfal operations that have been carried out here in Kurdistan, out of the 180,000 that they have been missing, we've been able only to bring back 3,000 of them. But here, I would like to promise you, we will do our best to make sure that we will bring every one of them, every one of these dear and beloved ones back to Kurdistan so that they will be buried properly in their homeland.
اول نه کم جارف کار اساتب سه بارزانیاتت همه هیوی دارین که آخر جار بید سه بارزانیا و همه خلقی دیه کردستانه.
This is not the first time that such kind of tragedy happens to the Barzanîs, but we hope that this would be the last time for a tragedy like this to happen to the Barzanîs or to anyone in Kurdistan.
سال 30 و 20 دیسان گنده بارزان کفته بن شالا و هرش فروکت و زمانه و بو یکم جار بی بمبای توقیت بین افکارینان و جماره کازور جن و زاروکت خلق گنده بارزان شهید بن چونکه تو وقت دا خلق که زور نتزانی فروکت چی حتی گوریان دی بید کابزانن بمبا توقیت چی.
As I said, this is not a new thing. Even during the 1920s and 30s, the village of Barzan was bombarded. So we were subject to the attacks of airplanes. Even during those days, time bombs were used against our people here. Unfortunately, at that time, women and children who did not know at that time what were placed, let alone when they had been subject to a time bomb, and a large number of the women and children were victims in such kind of attack.
یکم جار دور بارزان و گند بارزان سال 1892 ده هات سوتن و حتی افرو 16 جارا اف دوره یا هات یا سوتن.
But such kind of crimes did continue, and our area in the Barzanî region have been burned until today. 16 times this region have been burned and came under attack.
و بومجیه شانازیه که مزنه و که بارزانیا و چجارا سری خوب و ظالم و مشهور نکریه و ناشکیم.
It's a source of pride for us, the Barzanîs, that we have never surrendered to the will of oppressor, and we will never do so.
و هر او کتابخانه به و او شعر جن تو وقت که وی تنگاوی دا به کسی به پشتو پناهی اما اراده که پولاین نه لازارو کتوا به کذبن جه دای کو باگا بواندید هنگورویت خودسپی بن و انشالله خوده ده مرتبه مزن ده تهنگو چونکه حقیقت هنگ نمونه شرف و کرامت ملت منه.
In fact, it was this school which has educated such kind of lionesses during the times of need, during times of challenges, but you were able with a strong will to be able not to leave your children to be alone. You became the father and the mother at the same time to serve your children. Therefore, you are a source of pride for all of us, and we are proud of you, and I'm sure that even God will give you a special status because you have been a symbol of honor and dignity for our people.
ولیره دست پیوید زانم ناوی هنگو ناوی خوش سپاسیه که گرما خلق حولیره و دوروبرت حولیره و شقلاوه و حریر و باتاسا و دولابیاوه و خلیفان و دیانا و بالکاتی و سیدکا و همه او دبرت که روژا تنگاویه دا و پیچه بیهارو کاری کرد بونده او کتا بارزانیا که پیچه بین درباز ببن خلاص کرن و خلق حولیرش زور مردانه هاتنا میدان بوهاروکاریا او خلقی کو به کس و به سروبر مایه و پشتی او ظلم مزن کلیات یکیرن جاره کادی هم سپاسیا و هم خلقت کین و چجاره چاکیوان نایت البیل کرن و همیشه هم خوب قردار وادزانی.
I deem it necessary on your behalf and also on my behalf personally to thank all the people of Erbil and the surroundings of Erbil, the people of Shaklawa, Harir, Batas, Khalifan, Diana, Balakati, Sidakan, all the other areas who have extended a hand of support. They have helped you, helped rescue some of those who were there, helped your children, provided you with an opportunity. I will always remember the people of Erbil who came very nobly in order to help you with this tragedy and also to be able to overcome the challenges you face and also the oppression that you have suffered. We thank them for what they have done and we owe them and we will never forget that.
خوشکو براید خوشتوی ریبرت ما کدل شیخ عبدالسلام شهید دست بکین شیخ احمد مزن کو هم فیر کرین جیان ناو بهر نوع که تو بجی جیان ناو تو بسربرزی بجی شیخ عبدالسلام بری 110 ساله دیگه مستشرقه که بریطانی کو دیتی هنگی دیگه مستشرقه بحثا کری کو مدوی سفره که بو من ترتیب کن بیم لندن داد دیگه ملیک بریطانیا بحث سرخوبونا کردستان بکن چونکه هم و ظلما کلمت تکرن نای تقبل کرن شیخ احمد مزن 12 ساله قید و زنجیر دست و پیاد الحبس و بصره تنازل برجه من نکر و یک کاغذ بونه نویسی بله مصطفی همس عمری خود چلوچی ها را بر ام بارزانی ام قطابیت و قطابخانه اینه بنده بومه شانازیه که مزنه و ام پیمان دین حتی ساق بین دل سروی ربازی چی
Ladies and gentlemen, distinguished guests, we have learned from our leaders, the martyr Sheikh Abdul Salam and also the great Sheikh Ahmed. They have taught us that life is not what it should be. Life is meaningful when you live with dignity and pride. Sheikh Abdul Salam, 110 years ago, when he met with the British Orientalists, he was thinking of asking for a meeting to be arranged with the king in the UK so that he would go and talk about the independence of Kurdistan, because what we are suffering from cannot be tolerated anymore. Sheikh Ahmed Barzanî, again, for 12 years, he was chained in prison, but he did not make any concession to the regime to ask for forgiveness. Mullah Mustafa, he spent all his life in the mountains fighting for the rights of our people. Therefore, we Barzanîs are students in such a kind of school, and we pledge and we promise that we will continue on the same path.
هم بگرین و وضعی مکم دیده اگر هم حساب کنیم هم بدو قناغادات پری علاقه آمد گه بغداد قناغ سال 1920 حتی 2003 قناغ دویل 2003 حتی ابا.
If we talk about the current circumstances of the situation, when we look at it, we could see mainly two stages in our relations between Erbil and Baghdad. One, the first one that started in 1920 and continued until 2003, and the second stage which started in 2003 until today.
هر دو قناغ دا موقع خلق کردستان اول دست مهاتی مکر و او همه کارسات بسر مهاتی دی سمت حاضر بین چین و بغداد و لاپرای که نوکین بوهنده برایتی و شوای که دموکراسی ویک را بجین اما دیاره همان فرهنگه و چه فایده اینیه.
During both stages, we the people of Kurdistan, we have tried our best and we wanted, despite of all the tragedies that we have suffered, we were ready to open a new chapter and live like brothers in a democratic way and also through a peaceful coexistence. But unfortunately, it has been of no avail because the mentality has not changed.
هر دو قناغ دا قرار او با هم شریک تیک بین اما پشکامت و شراکت دا قناغ یکی اوه به 4500 گندت ما ویران کرن 182,000 کسی ما انفال کرن و گلگ لیجن و زاروگ بین کیمیابارانا حلبچه حتی زاخو 12,000 خردت فیلی تمن 18 سالی حتی 30 سالی 8,000 بارزانی که اوه چند نمونه که زندینه الواد توانید که برانبر ملت مهاتیه کرن.
So during both stages, we were supposed to be equal partners in this country. But unfortunately, our share of that partnership has been, during the first phase, 4,500 of our villages were destroyed. 182,000 of the people of Kurdistan have suffered, have been missing in the Anfal operations, where the majority of them were women and children, and the chemical gassing of Halabja up to Zakho, the disappearance and the Anfal of 12,000 failed Kurds aging 18 to 30, and also the Anfal of the 8,000 Barzanîs. These are some examples of the crimes that were committed against us.
قناغ دوی همه زانن که دستور عراقی ما و خلق کردستان رول سرکی تعداد دید حتی که حتی جب کرن اما بسیار اوه هم بو ناف خو هم بو دروش آیا چه التزام یک طرف بغداد و حتی کرن که دستوره نه التزام دستور حتی کرن نه ماده 140 حتی جب کرن که اگر ماده 140 با جب کرن ممکنه زور مشکله او رو ندان ریک حتی گرتن پرچک کرنا پیشمرگی و دابین کرنا بودجه پیشمرگی که اتفاقات دا و دستوری شوی ریک داد وقتی داعش هجومی ناس کردستان روجت برای هم توشی زور مشکل بین چونکی نه مچک هبی نه معیتاد و فیشک هبی چونکی نه هلا اوی که ما اتفاق سکری بو ما بید نه هلا ام در و چه سلاح بو خوب کرین و بینیم.
During the second phase of our coexistence with the rest of Iraq, and especially during the time of the drafting of the constitution, we the people of Kurdistan played a major role in drafting that constitution. But unfortunately, the situation has not changed, and our question to the people inside and outside is this: has there been any commitment and adherence to this constitution from Baghdad side? There was no adherence to the constitution. Article 140 was not implemented. Had Article 140 been implemented, many of the problems that are happening today would not have happened. Not only that, they have also prevented the arming and paying the Peshmerga that should have happened as part of the constitutional commitment and also the agreement that we had. Therefore, during the early stages of the attacks on the onslaught of ISIS on us, we really had problems of weapons and ammunition in this region. Therefore, they neither allowed what was agreed upon to be provided to Kurdistan, nor did they allow us to buy anything from outside for the Peshmerga forces.
توانا الهمه توانا مستر او نان خلق كردستان بري فرضا خلاف هاي بين حكومة تهريم وبغداد وخطا حكومة تهريم میشه اما نان برینا خلق كردستان نان برینا شیر زاروک كردستان توانا که هیچ کم ترنیل توانا کیمیا باران و انفال کوکره.
Not only that, Baghdad also cut the source of living for the people of Kurdistan. As a result of political differences with KRG, even if we say that the KRG is to be blamed for the political differences we had, did Baghdad have any reason and any justification to cut the source of living for the entire population of Kurdistan region, including milk for children? We consider this a crime that is not less than the Anfal of the chemical bombardment of Kurdistan.
وما ندید کسک اعتراضش بکتن سوی پنگاوا خلط یا کوهات یا هویتن و نیخ پنگاوا خلط اف پنگاوا کو تاوانه که زورا مزن بو حتی شرع رزگار کردن و موصل دا همه زانن رول پشمرگه چند روله که یه گرنگ بو و اگر پشمرگه نبانا ممکن نبو موصل بیت رزگار کردن و اتفاقات محبون از نوکت بیشم زور داخوا خروقات زورت خطر هات نکردن شرع موصلش دا و حتی افرو ما تحملش کردیم ما دی نکرد اما اوه همه او پنگاونیت هاتی هاویتن ام مجبور کردیم که هم بیر چاره سره که دیب کینه و بوهنده داره که الفتنه که مزن بگیریم.
Unfortunately, we did not see any objection on such kind of stuff. It was a mistake, but also it was a big crime. It was a big crime. Even if we look at what happened recently in the liberation of Mosul, we all know that the Peshmergas have played a very important role in the liberation of Mosul, and that process would not have been possible without the role played by the Peshmerga and eliminating ISIS there. We had an agreement, but unfortunately even that agreement was violated, and flagrant and dangerous violations have happened even in the process to liberate Mosul, and we have endured it. We have been patient, we have endured it, we did not voice any concern. But it was such kind of steps that obliged us in order to revisit our position and rethink about this relationship so that we search and explore another solution in order to prevent any great dissension or any great confrontation or problem to happen.
بار حیوانه از خودشون بغداد حیوه که بر انگیل حیوه هشت رئیس وزراء علم چوبو بغداد الویر زور پراشکاوی یا رئیس وزراء یا تحالف یا همه لعنت عراقیم برایانه من دیگه آخر وقتی ام ندگشت یه قناعتی که ام پیچینا بین چه دی پیگ و بجی هنگو باوری بشراکت نیه و او شراکت ها که عراق سهات یا درست کردن شکست هینا ورن مو هنگو او جرعت هبی بیر هنده بکینه و مادم ما پیچینه بی هم شراکت ها که راستقینه درست بکین ورن دا بینه جیرانت باش و به موضوعی جدی ور بگیرن کسی بجدی ور نگرد یعنی وان تصورت کرد اوه همه کارتت فشاری نتینه بکارینا بهنده نه کارتت فشاری نه اوه قناعته که بو ملت مدرز بی بو خلق کردستانه او به بریار هات دان و بریار خوی آدای کل 25 سپتامبر ده چنه 3 صندوق و ده بریار چارنویس خودن
Last year in September, I paid a visit to Baghdad, and the month before, the end of August, Prime Minister of the KRG visited Baghdad. We very openly and frankly discussed with the Prime Minister in Baghdad, with the Iraqi National Alliance and also other Iraqi groups. And we talked in a very friendly and very brotherly way, so that we have come to this conviction that we cannot live together in this way. We were supposed to be living together on a basis of a genuine partnership, the partnership that Iraq was based upon. But unfortunately, that partnership has failed. Let's be courageous enough and confront this situation. Let's think about a different solution. Since we have failed as genuine partners, let's think about being two good neighbors with each other. And let's think about that seriously. But unfortunately, that was not taken seriously in Baghdad, and there was some perception as if that was a kind of pressure we wanted to exercise on Baghdad. That was not a pressure card. In fact, that was the conviction of the people of Kurdistan, and therefore a decision was made that on the 25th of September this year, the people of Kurdistan would go to the ballot boxes and they will try to exercise their right to self-determination.
وتنها درمانê van birînê Kûriyê ku dilê me hemiya da çêbûr yet enfala yet xuşkûbirayet me yet êzidî kîmya barana tenha û tenha derman ew ku berav serxwebûnê û azadiyê û rizgariyê biçîn. Nexwe bawer bikin hîç dermanekê dîniye. Me hemû derman tecrübe kirin, çi fayde nebe.
The only solution, the only cure for our deep wounds, the deep wounds in the hearts of all the people here, the wounds of the Anfal, the wounds of the tragedy what the Yazidi has suffered in the genocide, or those who have suffered the chemical bombardment. The only solution and the only way to cure that will be through independence, through freedom and liberation. We have tried all other possible means and ways, but unfortunately none has been of any avail. It's only independence.
و دومایه از داخازل همه گل کردستانت کم همه حزبا همه لاینا بیرا خول وان کارساتا بین نبه و انفال بارزانی انفال فیلیا انفال مزن که سال 88 هل خانقین و حتی زاخود دست بکره کیمیا بارانه وقتی بیرا خول وان بین نبه مفروض وجدان و مهمیا سما فرض که کو یک ریزیام الهمه تشتكي دي فرتره و باشترين سلاح دستی ما دا كوام جاين آمانجت.
So finally, I would like to address the people of Kurdistan, the political parties, all the groups here in Kurdistan, considering all these tragedies that have happened. Look at the case of the Anfal of the Barzanîs. Look at the genocide of the Fagis and the great Anfal that happened during 1988, right from Khanaqin to Zafo. Think about those who have been victims of the chemical gassing. Think about that. That is a prerequisite, and that requires us from our conscience to think about unity, to think about being together in taking this step. That is the only and the strongest weapon in our hand.
وليلة دامن بياز دوباره تأكيد كما به كنيتا معه هم خوشي بتفاهم ودقى بغداد وقفتوقوه بجينا نتيجة ام هیچ بیر شر ناکینه و بالعکس هدف مهمه او امریکا شر بگیریم. بندی هم هیویدارین دوستت ماش همه دولت و دوستت ما تفهم وضعی ما بکن و پشتوانی ما بکن و تشجیع ما و بغداد بکن فکر بگینا حل کی کو امو او فکر بخوشی بجین و جیرانت باش بین بوی کدو و دومای هزار سلاو و گیان پاک شهیدا زور سپاس با آماده بونا و همیا زور ممنون.